Good morning, guys. All right. I wonder if there's a point in not having a different save. Probably not. Is there any way to get that while still getting these? No. And we can't get frost, poison, and fire. Good morning, Care Bear. It's hard to imagine this mattering, where this matters a lot. Let's try this though. So we do additional poison and frost. Okay. We lose the burn, we lose extra lightning spelled. And this is the big one. We lose 30% damage off magical brambles, which kind of sucks. Let's try it. Alright, going custom, going hard. Okay. Starting off here. We got this shitty frost elemental, which I've never leveled up, so maybe it gets better when it gets further along. We have 3 ways to apply burning, but we just took off the ability to do extra damage to burning targets. Awkward. Okay. Fire, fire. Okay. Speed 115 up front. Faster than anything we have. Doing frontal nature damage. 50. Back physical. They don't shuffle us. Burn 1, pretty unexciting. Nature all the way back. Nature all the way back. Okay. Nature's fine. Oh, we have brambles there, though. Yeah, that's fine. I think they're all dead by the time they get here, but maybe not. I believe they're all dead by the time they get here. Okay. You know, forgot about Berserk. This guy. I think it's okay though. Oh no, it's not okay. I was supposed to slow them here. Fuck. It's not what I wanted at all. God damn it. We were supposed to get 2 more actions there by slowing. I just clicked the wrong button. So unnecessary. I'm just starting a run, yep. So unnecessary. What's the plan this run? No lure is the plan this run. How do the names of the monsters work? Pulls them randomly from chat. This game looks similar to Darkest Dungeon, but you're the monsters. You are the monsters, yep. I don't think it's very similar to Darkest Dungeon. I guess you line up across from them. Oil Cauldron's actually not terrible, except that we don't have any, we didn't take the fire buff synergy this game, so I don't think we want it. And fire is not a very good one for stacking damage. Alright. Took wounds that we didn't need. It feels impossible to do this without leveling. Poison Cloud. I think we will. Question is, do I want any of the rest of these? Ice and Elemental. This is a fire minion. Or poison minion, but mostly a fire minion. That's a fire minion. These two are frost. Maybe we can get away with something to do with frost. I'd like to try a frost run. We've never leveled frost minions. They tend to suck. Alright, let's try that. Roll the event. Breaks the trap I upgraded. What a guy. What a guy. Alright, who are we sending on this trip? One of the tree ants. Comes back with chance to be reduced by elemental. It's really good for us. Although some resources would be sick too, but It's a good one. All right. Something like that, I guess. Okay. All right. Let's get to it. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Short stream today. All right, where from here? Front row nature, back row air. Front row nature, back row air. AoE air weakness. Quite frost unresistant. Very vulnerable to nature. They shuffle me at all? Nope, and they heal morale, but they don't heal health. Seems good. It's one shot standing there. Any chance they're gonna be slow? They're not. I could turn them into trees and be alright with this, I guess. In which case, this should be elemental resist, not ice resist. Air to the back. How much? 45? Okay. Just a morale nuke. Am I gonna get a second cast off? No. Well, actually, yeah. Not really convinced that's worth casting, but we'll see. Oh, never mind. He hadn't acted yet. Probably better to front nuke it, but I like spreading the damage. It's kind of how this unit kills somebody, this hero. Really? They didn't kill one of the treants? What kind of sad unit is that? Rally Horn. Easy Nightbot. Okay. Use roots first. You do your thing. I'll do my thing, man. Tell me what to do. I don't tell you what to do. Alright. We actually done double. Oh, we had 2 of these? No, that's the other one. Okay. That perhaps? Okay. You want to offer advice? There's a much better way to do it than that phrasing. Alright, trainer with 338 isn't amazing, but it's got to be better than just a random event. So we'll take it. Who are we looking to train? Succubuses tend to upgrade very well. Actually, so do the skeletons early. Let's take a look. 250 to upgrade this guy. Attacks also target heroes affected by frostbite for 30% of final damage. How are we expecting to get people frostbitten? 175 here and 150 there. It's the best we're going to be able to do if we want to. Okay. Morning, Nobu. $30 blood for a dude, yeah. We got another ice elemental for 125, but don't have the cash. It's too bad. Alright, going plundering. Who do we want to go plundering? You 3? Artifact vulnerable. Monster at -1. Monster -1 here doesn't change anything for any of our guys, so that's essentially a free monster if we want it, or we could roll in a 30% artifact or a Vone. 30% is pretty fucking bad. Vone's pretty much the worst debuff. I think we take this. Another ice skeleton. And it's Nobu. Alright. Take the veterans here now without the Vone.
You have returned.
Give it 12 months, Coach Garen. Shit, the resub. Alright, something like that. Alright, thank you, B. Morning. Alright, Frost to the front. Removes dots. Morale heal, air to the back. Nature to the back. Heal is 1 after, can't be affected by bleeding. Okay. Nature and Frost to the back. Can be resistant to that. Air to the front. Nature and Frost. How resist this guy's 60% ice resistant in the front, so that makes this unit pretty useless for us. This unit hits back, no, only front. So we could triple nature dot them. Just die in the back, but die between them, so get hit once. So 80 speed is faster than them. Do we survive? Which one attacks first? 65, 55? The air damage first. Like that. They're not shuffling us, right? Okay. Alright. Did I get the Slave Master when I did? Yep. But we did it with Lure again, which feels like cheating to me. I think we're going to try some Frostbite stuff this time. Thank you. I find the Enchantress more fun than the Keeper. A lot more synergies. Slow is actually pretty good on this board. Nature and air, do we survive this? 50 and 40. Yeah, we do. Group burn. Yep. Okay.
I'm waiting for you.
I'm running extra damage to poison and extra damage to frostbitten right now. And Ward is only winning, not cheating. Yeah, but we're playing games and it gets really boring if one strategy is just clearly better than all the rest and is really overpowered and you just use that every time to win. I guess my point is we're not at war, bro. Get those dots out. Wait, are they gonna give me a third action on this unit? No. Really? I'm gonna get 3 poison dots off? Nightbot fucking carrying. Alright. I mean, I was gonna transform him into unit. I guess I'm still doing that. It's not gonna matter. The hero player's AI. You thought this might be a PvP game? Yes, they're AI. Huh. The Naga tends to be really good. But not, I mean... Interesting. Is she good in elemental nuking too? Air damage jumps behind her to all positions. If they're above 50% morale, they're always going to be above 50% morale. Yeah. Her stun only applies to units under 50% morale though, right? So... Is this game good? It's diverting for a little while. I don't know. It's been okay. I haven't disliked it. I'm worried about the repetition and I'm worried about the balance. Business tripping here. We need resources. What are we sending there with it? This unit's been very bad for us so far. And we've got 2 of these unupgraded. Okay. Let's send them off. Not super excited about troll beer. Like resources. Take that. Okay. Have resources now. 316 for a course. We could get 2 level ups here. Succubus scales pretty well. I can't remember how the skeleton archers scale. And I've been dreaming of scaling one of these one day. Yeah, no harm in asking, but it's tough for me to make that answer for you, right? That's a very subjective question. It's easier if you ask me about parts of it than it is like a general summation like that. It's not as bad as the normal question I get, which is this game worth it? How can I possibly fucking answer that? I guess I could answer with a hard no if I'm like, no, this game is terrible. But then you might be like, well, why are you streaming it, Filthy? And I'd be like, why am I streaming it? So presumably if I'm streaming it for any length of time, it's not terrible, but I don't know if it's worth it for you guys, you know? It's just a hard one. It's a hard one to answer. All right, let's send this unit off on a course. Yep. Okay. Could convert some tears to blood, but I'm happy just to pay life right now, so we'll probably take the event. We could roll double. No, we should definitely outcome this and take double gold here. Okay. Take collectors, take gold. I like games where I can play bad guys too. Although I don't really feel very evil in this game. I think that has not done that for me. Okay. Healing. Being available seems good. I got a lot of people out right now. This one's a good one to increase dots with. Slowing people down is good. Killing things is okay. I guess like that. Actually have a fair number of units right now. Okay. Don't I feel corporate evil? Not really. Let's take a look. Dodges first trap. Air damage to the back, physical to the back, physical to the front. Air to the back, physical to the front. 40, 25. So we are going ahead of this guy. How much damage does he do? 35. It applies broken armor. That's really not that much. Pretty much anyone survives that. Could I get multiple frostbite nukes here? He's very weak to ice. We do survive this, right? 65 and 45 is 110, but we're reducing the air portion of that by quite a bit. So we do survive that. We don't get to cast twice though, because this thing kills us. And we start taking air there, which is fine. This is pretty good. Okay. Okay, what do we want to do to them first? Almost certainly Poison Cloud. Second trap's not till a million turns away. This one will dodge it, but I don't know if I care that much. Okay, ice to the front's been very good, but it's probably dead. How does ice look? Oh, ice is actually very good overall for this. Can likely kill that, as long as we're acting faster in it. Physical and air to the back, with the bulk of that being air. Fire is fine too. I don't think it really matters. I think they're pretty boned by the time they get there. Okay. Oh, you know who never remembers Berserk? Ever. Ever, ever. Fucking thing. Our Yeti dies without acting. Probably this guy dies too, because Berserk's probably enough damage to outright kill him. God damn it. Not quite enough outright damage to kill him. Are they faster enough? No. Faster than that guy. Yeah, there's some guy on the internet who always forgets Berserk. Always. I don't know how many. I need to be able to look at my roster during this. Elementals gaining resist is fine. We have a fair number of elementals. I don't know how many orcs we have. I don't think it's that many.
Quitters never win.
Thanks,
Sub for
Calanders.
playing along with my dumb joke.
Appreciate the sub, man. Okay, so we did a little bit less damage in stage 1 than we wanted because I don't ever remember fucking Berserk. There we are. Trainer plunder event, followed by business trip, followed by merchant. We only have 489, but I think some training here is good. Particularly looking for archers, maybe skeletons. Let's take a look. All right, where is this?
Fresh from the stagecoach.
Furry 23, thanks for the sub. Applying an additional stack of poison seems like a pretty nice buff for 200. It's 375.
Lost in
20.
time and space.
Also appreciated. Thank you, 2007. Definitely want to get these leveled. And power and resistances per unit affected by frostbite. Extra damage to frostbite units. Can I get frostbite applied? Where's my Yeti? No, I want to level my Yeti. This was a pretty normal mistake, which is on the slave owners playthrough. Like, you don't want to fucking level the Yeti. But I think on this playthrough I do actually want to level the Yeti because he applies frostbite. So we have to get him to 3, I think. All right, let's start there. extra level of dot's pretty good. Getting our other daughter up is pretty good. Got it, daughter. D-O-T-T-E-R. I like it. We have too many good AoE dot units right now. It's a nice problem to have, I guess. Oh, cheers, Fairy. Okay. Where are we gonna go? Maybe I don't need to level these past 3, I'm not sure. 289, can I get 2 at all? 175 and like a really cheap one? No. Cheapest we have is a 150. Take the more expensive one. I would like to see if any of these ice units are ever any good, because they've always been terrible so far. I believe that they're going to be terrible forever. Alright. Alright, plundering or business trip? Business trip, probably. We have 3 people we don't ever want to see again out on missions. Got a couple more we can run. This unit's only okay. That unit is quite bad for us. And that unit's been kind of rubbish. Let's send them on a business trip. Don't need morale nukes. Cash and a resource seems good. Got an event. Gold. And we've got veterans. Excellent. Look who's back. Okay. Can live with that. Veterans it is. Alright, I'm gonna go grab that arm brace thing, chat. Back in 2 seconds. Right. Alright. Ninja Poison, who's super, or Poison Ninja, who's super strong, gets really silly later. Back versus air, back versus fire. Okay. How are their resistances? 85 to that. Dodges first trap. Pretty weak to fire. Probably just a furnace. Thank you, Nellard, for the gifted sub, and welcome, Actual Alex. Alright. So what is this room doing? We're looking to getting the scam train running this morning. I like it. Let's see. Air and fire to the back. Nature everywhere. It's a lot of damage to absorb. So we go. Get hit. 80, we go ahead of them. That one goes ahead of us. Do we survive this? 26.55. No. Can't go faster than them. Whichever unit applies to the back is just going to die. Might still be okay. Succubus does not apply AoEs here. It's going to be a pretty weak round, but we will get dots off and then multiply the dots. That's going to have to be good enough. Okay. Oh, we go right into our next room, huh? It's unpleasant. This unit is weak to armor and fire.
Fresh from the stagecoach.
White boy Jake Hole gifting subs too. Nice. Thank you. How do we survive this round? Fire and air to the back. So 26 becomes 39. 39 and 55. 55 becomes another 20%. So we're looking at 65 here. 65 and 29. 65 and 39 is enough to kill that outright. Before it acts, that's not good enough. 60 speed. Can we need to move after that, before that. Although the unit dies, so we can nuke, transform into a tree, get killed, which is fine. These faces disappearing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If I don't shut this down now, it's all I'll ever hear about for the next 2 hours. Can't have that. Thank you guys. This is kind of like the poisoner stories that you hear about, you know, like you have to take a little bit of the antidote every single time period or you'll die. For me, I dematerialize if I don't tweak the settings just a little bit every couple hours. It's a horrible and slow demise, but it's what I'm afflicted with, I'm afraid. So thank you for pointing that out. Please, chat, be diligent in your duties. Help save a life. I'd really appreciate that. And thank you for the bits, Furry. It's probably Fury. Sorry. It's probably Fury there. The PH. I don't know. Would you like to be called Furry or Fury? It's almost certainly Fury. I'm glad you guys caught it early. Thank you. Thank you. I can't see it. Just suddenly I'll like move my arm through a solid object and it just goes right through it. Cheers, Vitamin. Alright, so we're trying to decide how we survive this fight. Taking some AoE damage and hitting that guy with the stun seems reasonable. Do we hit hard on this unit? 50? Is 50 hard? No, not really. It's okay hard. It's moderate hard. Okay. Alright. Then we hit them with the poison. Sure, it's not a lot of poison though. Okay.
quitters never win.
Mr. Mooney with the 4 months.
Is having to use hand sanitizer during this virus outbreak making you less filthy?
No, no. Not how that works, I'm afraid. Good thought. Nice dream. Alright, room 1 destroyed. Room 2, brambles. You know what I'm liking about this already? It's likely that I'll switch to magical brambles later, but that the early game having the tree ant spell has actually been pretty good. A little bit of diversity in what the character does is really nice for this game. Really? Really we died before acting? Feels so bad. So bad. We're dead immediately, so might as well just get our dots off. Thought I worked that through, that the unit was gonna soak 1 hit. And therefore we were gonna get 1 cast with the ice elemental, but it didn't. Fine. Doesn't really ultimately matter that much, just a little bit annoying. Take the gold. So a lot of units being offered to us. Alright, trainer. Trainer, engineer. People have been telling me seminar is good, but maybe it can be. We should up our traps. Oh, we've got a course. I don't know, Nobu. Seminar always seems kind of meh to me. There's no resource acquisition here. There's no resource acquisition there, and I can get resource acquisition there. So presumably I want to plunder. Do I want to engineer trainer? Do I want a trainer course? I feel like I have a lot of guys that benefit from getting to 3 right now. I think we want a trainer plunder course if we can. Okay. It's not. They have a heart attack and die at Garandor. They only make it 1 room further down the hall before the heart attack claims their life. So it's kind of a pacifist run, but they all die. I don't even know if it's a heart attack. It's kind of like a mental break. They kind of like collapse in the corner sobbing, and then a small imp shows up with a little vial and takes the cap off and slowly harvests their tears. It's over a serious number of weeks before they die of starvation. So I guess that's not really a heart attack. It's dying of fright, but it kind of what actually gets them is not weeks. Actually, in retrospect, that wouldn't be weeks. What actually gets them is dehydration. So mostly it's harvesting the tears, and then they die of dehydration. So I don't know if you consider that pacifist or not. It feels like that's the same level of pacifism as the vegetarianism is from like eating processed meat at the store or something. Just because the animal's not dying right there doesn't mean that's not still meat. It's kind of like that. That's the logic I get to. Meanwhile, level 3? Yes. Level 3 here on Nightbot for 200. Level 3 there for 200. We want to get this is the level 3 already, which is quite nice. Upping this one's the best one. Wouldn't mind getting this to level 3. Succubuses are only downside of the succubus. They get faster at 5, which is really good. And but the downside of the succubus is they can't always spread their stuff. And I would like to see this frost synergy going. This unit doesn't seem to scale very well though. So this to 3 applies frostbite to everything. So I want that. This unit can do things with frostbite, does damage to everything. At 2. These are 200. So if we go 250 here. Could try to course that unit instead. Go 200, 200, and hope that we get more than 100. We have to get more than 200 out of plunder. Why does ice damage only apply front? I want to take advantage of that course. For who, though? The course will be pretty cheap for one of the skeletons. Alright, let's try that. Plundering time. You or you. I'm not sure we're gonna get the course down to an adequate amount. Another monster. Okay. I don't think 215 is enough to course anything, right? It's the combined cost of 2 upgrades. And for Nobu, it's 150 and 175. So I think the minimum that's going to be is 325, right? Can we check that? Let's check that and see. We're probably going to back out and do trainer, but I want to see if that's actually how course works. No, it's cheaper. We're 10 bucks off. So it should have been 150 and 175, huh? What is this as a percentage? It's like 69%. I don't know if that's gonna stay clear across the way, but that's what it looks like. Alright, it's fine, we just back out. But I did want to test that. The question is, do we take a single level up in the meantime? It's 150% of the first. Okay. It's a different way to look at it too. It's probably just trainer here. Oh, I can only train Nobu here. God damn it. We have elemental resists. How many elementals do we have? Skeleton, demon, demon, skeleton, demon, elemental, elemental, elemental. 3. And that guy's an orc. Black market's actually good here. I wonder if we're gonna sell anybody. Get a succubus to 2. It's pretty valuable. I don't know if we need more than 1 succubus though. I have a feeling these little ice skeletons don't scale very well. This unit has never been good that I can tell. We sell one of the harpies, or one of the succubuses. We kind of have too many. We already have, they have a very similar role to the skeletons here. Power and 5 to all resistances per hero affected by frostbite. This seems like a nearly entirely useless ability. I'm gonna try to level elementals. We have that elemental synergy. Whether or not it actually works, I don't know yet. How does black market sell from? It sells from in garrison. So maybe one of the skeletons. Maybe one of the succubuses. Definitely this skeleton. Maybe this guy. This guy's good at level 1 though. Just applies 2 stacks of dots. So we hold these for sure. Consider these. We do have too many people right now, so getting some cash out of this would be nice. They do not sell for a lot, do they? So we'll sell this, and probably this. It's got nice profile, resist profiles, but it's so bad and it's so slow. I'm wondering about the Flame Eater too. Don't have a lot of fire resist. That's not true, we have 2 succubuses. Alright. It's a lot of minions sold. Okay, starting off here. Succubus there. Succubus there. Like that. Okay. Take veterans. Take fights. Take coffee. Back shortly. All right, do we deploy the evil treant? Let's see. So this is Berserk, and also, what does this move? It does more damage to monsters who are Berserked? Yeah, okay. AoE fire nuke. What's their speed? They shuffle us. Speed 85. "24 ice everywhere." I just want to get one cast off with this unit. Can't be in the front. Can't be in the back. Ice damage here. Doesn't matter. We go ahead of it too. Okay. Something like this then. We're only gonna get one round off all of them. Might as well dot. Any of them immune to traps? No. Need to master spells though. How's poison? Poison's okay. One, two, three. Could get one round of elemental resists, but they likely get rid of it. These kind of all suck. Do we icy breeze? It did level. I put a level on that very optimistically. I might add. Could keep them weak versus ice for the entire fight. But we're gonna turn into Ents after round 1 anyways. Excuse me. Where does this go? Speed 40. Do go ahead of that. Going ahead of that's not actually very useful to us. Ents going first next round. Ents are speed 20 though, right? So we never beat those, so going first there. Maybe I don't transform into Ents. How many rounds can we survive? Fire to the front. Ice everywhere. We'll take in 40, 24, 36. It's too much. We either have... So they do a mix of ice and fire. Our guys are either vulnerable to ice, resistant to fire, or vulnerable to fire, resistant to ice. Doesn't help us at all. So the AoE kills any unit we put on the front line. So we actually do want to convert into Ents. Okay. Which means this ability is not at all useful. That'd be perfect though. We eat the fire nuke, then convert. $60. We eat the ice nuke and then transform. Making him slower than the Ents is actually valuable too. So like that, I guess. This could be either way. I think it's better like that. Okay.
I'm waiting for you.
Don't forget Berserk. Fuck! Berserk! God damn it. I forgot about Berserk again, chat. It's like 100%. I don't know what it is about that ability. We had like the whole plan set up. Armor goes 2 back. It's okay. Oh, they also slow, so us slowing didn't change anything there. So I missed 2 interactions there. Now, it probably doesn't actually matter because not all their heroes are going to make room to, but I did definitely miss 2 interactions out of like a total of 3. It's fine. Elite streamer, never wrong. Alright, level 2 elemental resistances, level 2 enemy resistances debuffed, or orcs gain armor. Let's take level 2 chance of elemental resistance debuffs. Alright, took some wounds. Little tiny bit of gold. We have engineering training coming up. I'm not ready to commit to the traps, I don't think, but maybe. Looks like I need him in the first room if I'm going to get any value out of him. Do you want those dots earlier? Still level 1 on this unit. Oh, there's no train. This is engineer. Do I want to invest in the engineer? What am I leveling trap-wise? I guess just more frog levels. Sure. Okay. Alchemist, yeah. We want to convert blood to tears. Harvest the tears for cash. And then blood to tears. Okay. Take the trainer. Sanctuary. I think that was visible, but I didn't take it. It's okay. Business trip. It is a very powerful ability, but so is leveling our guys right now. I think I would like to level here, maybe. Let's get this guy to 2. What does this guy do at the next level? 10 speed, actually very relevant for this unit. Speed is very good in this unit. More HP, more power. I do notice the fact that I'm pretty much never deploying these ice skeletons ever right now. Alright. So I got a business trip here, unfortunately. Mostly unfortunate because I have to move people around. You. My business associates. Skeletons gain 10% life, not terrible for us. Gone 10 weeks, loses 1 motivation. Golden tears, a little bit of gold. We're currently running skeleton archers and maybe skeleton mages. It's not a lot of life. They don't have a lot of life to begin with. They tend to have good resists. I'm gonna take this.
Stronger hero.
There's a champion. Can we handle a champion fight? Probably not. Okay, get him dotted. Yeah, at least a little fire resist in that room. Like this, I guess. We don't have good traps. We'll see. Want the resources, of course. There's Seminar and Sanctuary. Seminar is a 30-week unit buff, like on a creature, on minions, and Sanctuary is a 30-week hero debuff as they enter the area. Hey, Gasaldar, I'm doing well. All right, what do we get? We got reflex damage, deals ice damage when he kills a monster, frontal ice damage, heals 1 unit, AoE ice, AoE fire, shuffles us. Pretty vulnerable to ice in this particular group. They're very ice resistant too. We want to do, okay, So nature spreads 2 tiles. We definitely want to use this unit. This unit would like to be in the middle. We definitely don't want this unit in the front. We would like this unit in the front. Does it survive enough hits? He goes second. So there's fire damage, then this guy kills. We have gone before that. This guy's almost immune to frost though. Air debuffing them help? Or just doing air damage? I mean, doing any damage, I guess, kind of helps. So we're going to get to... It's too bad we don't have ice debuff here. Actually hits 2 targets with this unit. Air there, air there. It's not terrible. Alright. Are they berserking? Doesn't look like it. So we can debuff them. We can either debuff them with taking double damage. Slowing them, which isn't going to matter. Dotting them with a dot that doesn't do any damage. Because 60% ice resistance, 60% ice resistant, minus 40% ice resistance, so it does do some damage back there. Or we can front target do, so that does, oh, it does 30 physical. Physical is okay versus there, and the ice dot's fine on this unit. Easy target trapping this unit. Easy target is taking twice as much damage. So then we hit it for 60 nature. It's pretty weak to nature. That's okay. I don't know if it's better or worse than what I was planning on doing, but I think I'm gonna do that. Okay. So then we cast a spell. I don't know which spell yet, and they're gonna walk in here. I feel like frost debuffing them is gonna be very relevant for our last room, which is all frost units. So we'll frost debuff them. They walk in here. And what? They're faster than all of us for the first round. So we have to survive the first round. AoE fire is fine. AoE frost is very good for us. Something like this. He tanks the brunt. Okay. I think we clean up in room 3. Hit him with 2 debuffs. It's kind of nice. Do I want to dot this unit? Oh, it's in 50% nature. Fuck that. Ooh, the elf is a profession. I think elf is I think it's a race. Like, we call this guy Archmage. Yeah, you're right. It is labeled as a profession, isn't it? She's a professional elf. Good fucking call. I missed that. Now we know a professional elf is among us. Double fire nuke. Applies burn 2. I think it might be better than the infection. Minus 45, minus 10. Minus 35, minus 40. Alright. healed herself. It's good, actually. I don't know who the fuck she healed. So what did we decide we were doing? We were deciding between front double nature damage or everybody a little bit of physical and some more dots. Okay. So unfortunately we go first here. You're still alive like an asshole. Okay, we survived the round though, and next round we're gonna go ahead of them. Oh, it's so awkward that the guy who applies Frostbite, both of these guys take advantage of Frostbite being applied, but the guy who applies Frostbite goes last. I guess this guy doesn't really go last. Consumes Frostbite on the target. Applies Ice Weakness. He's already Ice Weak. Yeah. Do we want Enchanted Cogs? Enchanted Cogs is busted. This unit's quite good though for elemental stacked unit builds. And it is a fire resistant unit, although it's the same problem we have. We have a bunch of fire resistant units with the succubuses who are weak to ice, and that doesn't change the resist profile. And this unit is a pile of garbage. Doesn't change the dot damage though, Enchanted Cogs. What other traps are we hoping to get? None, really. Alright, let's try Chubby over here. Fei Long. We've got a trainer or a doctor. We certainly don't need a doctor. Does a trainer help us? I mean, we get one upgrade here. It's a painful way to do this where you like level one guy per thing. Upgrading this guy, more air resist. HP, nature resist. Can't afford more than one upgrade. We do need some resist profiles that aren't ice fire. Never become anything with that -2. We're motivating him to succeed. Thank you very much. We tried positive encouragement with him, but he just ate more. So we're like, dude, please, please. And he's like, my kink is fat shaming. We're like, well, we can support you. I don't know him. I think I might level this air elemental. Really? It's just for the resistance profile? Do you think this applies? This is, I'm getting kind of freaked out by the way this word is worded. So this says skeletons gain plus 10% life. So I'm gaining 11 here instead of 10. Does that mean if I get level 2 of this, it doesn't apply to my existing units? It's only on upgrades? Which unit did I call trash? I want to double down on it. It's retroactive, night boss health 16. Okay. I want to level this unit. Alright, take the event. Yeah, rare tree demon. Oh yeah, he's fucking trash. Alchemist here. Get some gold. Okay. And let's take a look here. So I think the fear strategy, which is the attacking their morale, is just fine. We just literally beat hard keeper with that yesterday. But I don't think Enchantress really has any synergies with that. All of her trap spells, all of her here, she gets an extra spell room. None of her spells affect morale. She gets a extra, she doesn't get extra creep rooms. And her traps are not morale based. So that unit has almost no synergy with anything she does. That unit's also not one of the starting keeper units. And the, when I say keeper, they're starting, oh my god, slaveholder units. Slaveholder has a number of other morale-based attacks, and the units don't seem to be the defining part of that strategy. The traps and hero synergies seem to be the defining part of that synergy. That unit is probably fine on the slaveholder runs, but it's not a starting slaveholder unit. It's a rare that you only sometimes get, which means that every time I pick it up with the Enchantress, it's trash. And most of the times when I pick it up with the Slaveholder, it either A, isn't relevant because it's way later in the game, I already have my units and builds built around it, or B, it's not necessary. So for me, that makes that a fairly trash unit all around. And entirely trash for the Enchantress runs. But maybe a different way of looking at it is it's fine when you get it in a very small situation. Maybe. What are we doing here? We are taking veterans again in snow. Okay. Veterans in snow it is. Okay. It's a decent idea if you... Well, you can't know what's coming up generally because you only have 3 weeks of knowledge, pre-knowledge. I mean, you can, like, okay, sure. You guys are now specifying an even smaller scenario. He's good to sell and the black market when you know the black market's coming up and you can still choose your rewards. That's fair. That's totally fair. In a game where he's the only unit that is allowed and having a unit wins the game, he's the best unit. It's true. It's true. But when you say best, Filthy, what are you comparing him to? You know, the other units in the game. Oh. Well. No, let's not go there. There's no point. There's no point. Okay. What's going on here? Are they shuffling us? Yes. They can't be demoralized. And they heal a shit ton of morale. Good thing we're not going fear-based strategies for this, or morale-based strategies for this. Ice everywhere, frost to the front, ice everywhere. So double ice everywhere, frost, and air to the front, excuse me. Vulnerable to ice. Vulnerable to ice. Vulnerable to air. Vulnerable to ice. Vulnerable to ice. Yes. Alright, 35 speed then. So the trick is to get someone faster in the front line who's vulnerable to air. I'd like to be slower in those too. Slower than... Oh, but it doesn't actually matter for the first one. How are their air resistances? Decent. I mean, if we're just looking for... Does it spread backwards? Spreads to 2. How's their nature resist? Pretty weak. This unit can't survive. It takes too much damage. Is that true? It's not true. They take 49 as long as he's not in front. That's good enough. Every other unit just gets to act. Do we just want to nuke that with ice? Fuck no, we don't. Does this unit survive double AoEs? Doesn't matter. We go first. Okay. Alright, so they walk in. We frostbite them for additional damage on our other units, and then nuke them a bunch of times. Nuke them there. They move to the trap room. We poison them. They move to our spell room, awkwardly placed here. I don't know what we're doing. Do we gonna make them into... I mean, they do ice damage. Like, feels like ice debuffing them, and then, I mean, they start with 60 fucking ice resist, which isn't cool. But we could elemental resist and then ice debuff them. And then move into here and try to do ice synergies again on them. We're fairly resistant to that, right? Yeah. Okay. I think we're fine here. Do I want to slow them for any reason? No. Weird how that says frost damage, but the tooltip says physical. And they took damage. They took physical damage, although there's a it's a snowflake damage item. Yeah, and I know what the trap, that's what I'm saying, but the damage icon, the upfront damage icon should have been showing as physical damage, but it doesn't. It shows as a snow damage. Not the effect. Well, the trap does two things. It has an upfront physical damage. It's not a trap. It's the room, first of all. But the room here, this is what I'm talking about. Frostbite here. 30 physical damage applies Frostbite 3. The dot is ice damage. The upfront damage is physical. This guy took 24 upfront damage, but it had a snowflake icon next to it, implying that it's frost damage, but it's not frost damage. If they had taken the 24 is correct. Their ice armor is reduced right now by the debuff, so don't ignore that. They normally have 60 ice armor, and they had 60 ice armor in that room. If it was ice damage, they would have taken a lot less than 24. They have 20% physical, which is exactly, 20% of 30 is the 6 damage missing from that, right? So they took physical damage. We just got an ice icon, which is what I was commenting on. All right. Could AoE ice them. Unit dead to its dot. It's taking 40. It's at 30. What about this unit? It's taking 20. It's at 54. Don't want the unit. Trap's not very helpful. All I would have done was sold the unit. Selling the unit would have been nice, but no guarantee that we get that anytime soon. Alright, trainer with a decent number of people seems good. Okay. It's also an engineer. I don't really want to do engineers. Alright, let's train. There's no other option on the engineer though. So what does this unit do as it gets better? More ice resist. Not the problem with this unit. The problem with this unit was not that it was missing ice resist. Get some power, some health. This unit gains health, armor, and fire resist. That's okay. That's going to 5 though? So it's done. Its passive gets better. Okay. This unit gets faster, which applies its effect more often, which is good. I really like Succubus 5 for the speed boost. This is more nature resist. Nature resist does get good. And leveling this guy makes some sense because eventually he's going to be pretty good.
You have
Thank you, Mimi. For the 15 months total.
Lido Henlo.
Kind of want to see what the other levels of this unit are. And I kind of want to save 300 gold to upgrade our poison trap to 5 since I can't get away from that.
Quitters never win.
Thank you, smokers. Smoke
Filthy
stacks.
7.
Excuse me. Cheers. So assume we need 350. So we can spend like 4 something right now, not quite 500. So I could do a 275 and a 200, for example. Let's do this. Okay. I'd like more upgrades, but I don't want to waste this engineer here. And workout's garbage, so it was 250, so I had a bit more to play with than I thought. I thought level 4 of this was more than it was. Okay. We can get very little cash out of this, so I'll take the event. Hope it doesn't bone us. Okay. Merchant workout event. Take the event again. Do we want to make another ice dude for 30? So this is like... So 20 of each is 75 gold, right? So this is like 1.5 of 75 gold. So it's like 115 to buy to create this. It's almost a loss to do this. I don't need a third one of these. It's just for selling it later, I guess. All right. Yeah, but the value, exactly. Black market fodder, sure, or taking a hit fodder, but also it's smokestacks. That's kind of convenient. But the value of that's almost wrong to do that because it barely comes out ahead. Okay, try this. The succubus needs to be moved room-wise. I don't want to heal there. Try that. Okay. Veterans, take it. Oh my god, if it was like auto battle, I could combine 3 shitty minions into like 1 super minion. That'd be amazing. All right, let's try to remember about Enrage. Immune to nature. Could elemental debuff here. I could just... No, I just poison cloud anyways. Oh, good talk. All right. They do very high nature damage to an AoE, physical up front, and fire to the front. Target's fire resist is negative. nature. Do we survive 2 hits here? We are. Oh, we're slower. Okay, so I have to do math here. It's kind of annoying. So this is doing 32 with an extra third. So we're looking at more than an extra third. Are we going to survive with 175 health here? I assumed we would, but I'm a little bit worried about it now. It's all 3 attacks before we get an action there. I guess we count them out. And we still have to get the poison dot too, and it's definitely getting poison dotted there. Will it absorb all 3? It might just absorb all 3 hits. That might be good enough. So this is 40 odd damage. Call it 43 multiplied by another quarter. So like call it 54 or something, roughly. 50 damage, 54 damage, plus 2/3 of this. So another 40 multiplied by another, oh, Jesus. Reduced by 35%, increased by 30%. With the dot, I refuse to calculate this. It's like 6 steps to calculate that, and that's not fun in anyone's games. All right, so this is going to absorb between 2 and 3 hits. We go ahead of this other thing, but not ahead of this thing. The double nature nukes kill this? Yeah, probably. Lowest ice damage too. It also takes that nuke. I think it survives those 2 and dies to that, I think. Thing's weak to ice. Doing some damage there is alright. Getting dots up is good. The dots only move 2 back for poison, so that's not super good for the succubus here. Will this unit cast? Yes. Does it die to double nature nukes? Yes. Does that matter? No. Alright, we try this. It may or may not work. Okay. Math is hard. Mental math with like 35% like, think about this, right? To determine if this wins, here's the steps. Maybe we count the steps just for shits and giggles, right? To determine whether or not this 175 health unit survives, we have to go like this, right? The first thing that happens is we take a 32 point dot, or 32 attack. We multiply it by 1.3 for the damage here. We then multiply the 32 times 1.3 times 0.75 for that. That's the first piece of damage. The second piece of damage is ice, which is 21 times 1.5 for that, times 1.3 for that. The third piece of damage is the physical attack, which is 55 times 1.0 times 1.3. And then the fourth attack there is the nature dot, which is 20 multiplied by 1.25 times 1. It doesn't get the 1.3 modifier. The second round, then the modifier ticks down by 1, so it's now a 20% modifier instead of a 30% modifier. And we do it all again. I'm pretty sure this unit doesn't survive. I think it eats the last attack. Not hard, it just takes a while, and I don't feel like fucking doing that for each position. Especially without an in-game tool, right? Like, anyways. So we go in there, we're poisoning them, moving in here, doing a little bit more poison. We walk in here with the option of either debuffing or... Well, we have the option of debuffing, probably ice. They walk in there and we do what to them? Physical with poison or nature weakness. Okay, we do a very small amount of physical damage to them then with some poison. They walk into here, we icy breath them. They walk into here. They're probably all still alive at this point with maybe the rogue. Rogue hasn't taken any poison damage though. Rogue does AoE nature damage. We're pretty not resistant to AoE nature damage, and this does fire damage, and she's definitely not dead. She moves at 85. We move at 60 there. I don't think this survives. Is this also the lowest ice resist? Yes. So we eat the nuke. The nuke is definitely 21 times. I don't know if the skill nuke gets modified by the enrage or not. Assume it doesn't. 21 with an extra 50%, essentially 45% to make the mental math just a little bit harder. 21, so it's not quite 32 damage here, followed by a 60-point nuke that gets halved. we'd be fine except for the poison nuke that already occurred. We definitely died of that. So we actually don't want to use that unit. We want to put that unit second and put something like a fast fire unit, a fast ice unit in there. But then this unit dies to this attack. Actually not in real good shape here. So just eat the full fucking fire nuke for 90 damage and then get killed by this thing. Doesn't seem great. But this unit dies too. And it will go before it dies though. Applying fire damage seems very not helpful. Alright. I'm not sure what the interface should do about that. But it makes for very unpleasant mental math, doesn't it? Can't be affected by poison. Missed that. Okay. Let's see what it did survive. Actually did survive 2 of the 3. Yeah, so what we expected, right? It survived until this thing hit it, but we weren't sure by how much. Can dot again. We're not going to get it. We will get a second action off there. Is an elemental bone worth anything for us here? I think this is an elemental attack. It's 30 nature damage. So we get the elemental bone. Does actually help us. This thing's immune to the dot. So it's doing 15 up front and another 15, 10, 5. So another 30. So it's doing 45 damage to 2 units. Or we can do 25 and modify. 45 to 2 units is 90, right? So it's 25 to the front with another 45 there, essentially. It's about a 50% modifier. No, let's just poison leaves again. Okay. Alive. Fixed. Okay. We always brambles here, right? Yeah. Nature weakness to make those tick harder, or physical damage. Takes almost no physical damage. Takes pretty good physical damage. Takes okay physical damage. Poison 2. I guess it's swarm of mosquitoes. It's pretty unexciting. Yeah, that thing fucking destroys us. Now what does your ability do? You can either consume ice stacks to do additional damage or ice foam them. He doesn't die to a dot off that, although he'll die shortly afterwards. He's still enraged. I don't think his AoE kills these, although the dot might kill us here. And he's already ice weak, so what the fuck are we doing with that? Thing is, we gain bonuses versus frostbite. So not synergetic still. Okay. Alright, Enchanted Seed upgrade. 20% extra HP as a... So it's base 60 HP unit, right? So it's another 6%, 6 total HP. Or elemental weakness stacks longer. Seems like elemental weakness longer. Isn't it 60 HP? Yeah, I just said that, though. But 10%, we go from 10% to 20%, which is a change of 10%. A change of 10% on a 60 HP base is 6. Seems very unexciting. Alright. Okay, we've got engineer here. Followed by a business trip, followed by a therapist. We could upgrade ice trap once more. We are using it a lot. Whether or not that's a good thing, I'm not entirely certain yet. And multiply to the next trap. Oh, you're asking what lure is? Yeah. I think we will do that. So this is 5 rounds. This becomes 6 rounds. I don't know that 6 rounds is more important than 5, but we'll pretend it is. Chat, 6 rounds is very important compared to 5. So that extra round can be all the difference. Alright, get the ghost in there. The other tree ant. No? Okay. Trip it up. No. Yes. Okay. Can I get a warning on time today, Xanabu? At about, I need to be done by noon my time, which is an hour and 20 minutes from now. So like 15 minutes before that, if you're thinking of it. Okay. Therapist here. Thank you. Really don't need a therapist here. We want to roll an event, hope we get cash. Therapist. Rough. Alright, event it is. He'll level... Wait, this is my active dudes. What? Now when I go to merchants, I have to put fucking active people here? I absolutely want to pay 35 blood for 2 level ups, but I don't want to level up the only 2 units that are set up here because I don't want them leveled. So what? Now I need to move these around again? Is it going to be the same event, the same playthrough? Well, I guess we're going to test that out. And is it just like a random 2 from that? No, it's just it's a totally different random event. Alright, now we know. So those events are random, so you could cheese that if you were really wanting to. Do I want the Pandora's box? I don't remember what it does. It doesn't tell me. I think it adds extra stacks to their existing stacks, which is pretty useless. Okay. Take the event. 30 hero blood into tiers, sure. Okay. Scumming events. No, that's the point, is I don't want to be in the situation where I need to do that regularly. But that's the first event I've ever encountered that requires I have units either on the left or right side, garrison or active, that I'm aware of. I actually find that very annoying because I hate moving units between these 2 locations already. And it's fucking irritating that now a sequence has a rare event that pops up from events. Which means I have to move them around. To min-max, I have to move around every time I take an event now, and that sucks. Alright, veterans here or veterans there? What are the events here? This is the mosquito area, which had really shitty events for us. It had like nature resist or ice. Okay. Blood nature resistor poison, all pretty bad. This one has pretty shitty ones too, though, like double trap effect or slow. Slow can be okay. Trying to do something else other than just spam double traps as Enchantress, but so far it feels worse than spamming double traps as an Enchantress. Wait, they're both veterans, right? Yeah, okay. Hello, Jerry. Okay, so we got Ninja, Fire Dude, double Fire Dudes. Can Ice debuff them and walk them into an Ice Nuke. Oh, the value! Get iced. Haha! Alright. Oh, but he dodges the first trap. Oh, dude. Was our Ice Dream a dud? No, he's already pretty ice vulnerable. That's fine. Okay.
A renewal. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks for the resub, Ben Cherry. Alright. Now they've been iced. They'll AoE poison us at speed 115. And they fireball us. Do they berserk? They don't. Are they shuffling us? They're not. Can we put this in the back? Well, we can't. Oh, this is 115 backfire nuke. Jesus, they're so fast. This is the dangerous one, huh? Does this unit survive that double attack here? This does 30% more damage, so it does 40 odd damage. So it already puts us at half, 30. This thing hits us for 70 with a 15-point burn, both of which are halved. So it's 100. It's 85 damage halved for about 42, slightly less than half. But 42 and see, but the numbers actually matter there, so I need to calculate that actually. And ice resist nuke. Which actually we need that unit there because if this unit will draw the ice nuke, so we don't have to worry about the ice nuke part of it. We have to worry about the other two. I'd really like to survive long enough to cast. Can we do that? So this is 85 times 0.45. That's 38.25. I don't know how this game does rounding. And this is 32 times 1.3. No. 32, yeah, 32 times 1.3. Alright, combined, that's 79.85 damage, chat. Isn't that great when we do the math and we still have no idea whether or not we survive? Like, not even the slightest clue? Because this unit has 80 health. Where's the rounding? Oh my god. I love the fact that pulling out a calculator, doing the math, and we still don't know. That's amazing. Alright, so we may or may not be dead here. Can use Treant to apply 3 nature debuff here. They're ice debuffed. Clever, clever. That will help us for 5 rounds, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first round of that. Why are they ice debuffed? That's a good question. Because that guy dodges traps and this guy's immune to nature? I mean, I guess. We're not doing any ice damage. Succubus is actually pretty shit here, too. Both faster. This unit is either alive or dead. In some strange state of either neither dead nor alive. We might, okay. So In a world where this unit survives all the things affected by it, this unit immediately executes it. But this unit goes first, so actually it will absorb yet another attack. So either it dies on attack 3 and doesn't cast, or it absorbs an extra attack on round 4 and casts. The difference being rounding. Is this unit ever going to cast twice? It will survive that twice. The fire will kill us, but we're faster than the fire. It will cast twice if this unit survives. Also getting poisoned. This unit gets poisoned. So this unit will take 20 multiplied, 22 plus... I think it's alive at like 15 health or something after the first round. Alright. They're not shuffling me, right? Right, okay. So that's that. Then we go gas. Right before we debuff resistances. Feels kind of bad. Then we do something. What are we doing here? We're likely to debuff elemental weaknesses. Probably. It's 20 more ice damage for all of our attacks. Then we walk into this room. And these are the fastest guys doing fire damage. We're faster than that unit with somebody. I like how this dude is not super vulnerable to fire. This is a lower level succubus though. It's gonna have already it doesn't actually survive, right? Because it's taken 20 from that. Plus another, not 20, it's taken 38 from that. Another 30 from that. It's taken 60, then gets hit with the fire thing and dies. I'm maybe okay with it dying though. We do kill that, and we are faster than this on one of them. 2 fire nukes doing 20% damage is 72 with the dot. This unit dies before it gets its second action. If I slow it down, I will go ahead. No, 45 is still faster than 40. So it makes no fucking difference. They're not affected by frost. Try that. This guy dies 100% of the time. We might get 2 attacks with that. Okay. Alright. Let's see what rounding gets us. So tempting to slow them here. So we ice debuff them and then elemental debuff them and then use physical damage on them. Good, good. Wait. I thought for sure that you had more HP than you. Alright, let's talk about this, chat. Applies Poison 4 to the monster with the highest life at the start of each fight. Life 100. Life 80. Applied poison to this guy. I mean, I don't want to be a pain in the ass. But what the fuck was that? Remember all the math we did? I remember. Applies poison to whoever the fuck he wants. Yes, highest max life. Highest max life 100. Highest max life 80. She took damage from the other one. Current max life. That would explain why we've never seen this bug before, because for the first time ever, this unit has a rolled passive speed buff. This unit always goes first because it's so fast, but this one's gone ahead of it. So yeah, perhaps maybe this is current max life. But it does say highest life at the start of the fight. At the start of the fight, this unit had the highest life, so don't give me that shit. Why have a modifier that's not actually applied if it's not relevant? It's annoying. Okay. Dead now, doesn't get a second action. Remember when we talked about what would happen if we got extra actions and casts? Yeah. Unfortunate is not the word I would use. Misleading would probably be the word I'd choose. Alright, all these units are going to die. We can't kill this unit without frost damage to the face. I think this is elemental weakness. Right in the gut. I think a slow lets this unit go again, right? Although this unit can only attack the back. Only attack the front. This unit dies to its dots. It's taking 12 modified by minus 50%. Presumably it dies. Should take 18 at 17. It depends on whether or not the ice resist goes away at the start of the turn or not. And then this unit's 85. So actually a slow is worse. Probably, unless this unit dies to the dot as well. So I need this unit dead. Alright, this unit has 56 health with minus 45% ice resist and is taking 15. So essentially 15 modified by 15 by how much? 35%? So presumably it's actually taking 20? If it takes 20, it's at 36. This does 22 modified, not quite by 50. 22 modified, not quite by 50 is, you know, it's a little bit less than 33, which is not 36. So if we ice block the back, it kills it. If this guy actually pays attention to his ice debuff, it depends if ice resistance is removed. Alright, let's try this. Let's see. He died, so ice resistance is removed after. Then we get to frozen arm here. Alright. Would we like another succubus? Or cash? Got a business trip and a black market. Oh my god. Alright, so we agreed that extra ice skeletons are getting sold now. Who's going on a business trip? We're selling this fucking ghost too, right? So your business trip. Your business trip? Like that, I guess. Okay. You're a person. Oh, you could always be AFK for a business trip. Just kidding. Alright. Fire Elemental, 8 weeks, 220. Elementals of extra chance to apply an additional effect stack. We are running most elementals we can run. What effect stacks do we have? Fire Elemental applies burns. Air Elemental applies Vone. We don't have the Earth Elemental because we didn't take it. And then the last Elemental is the Ice Elemental, which applies Sadness. Alright, so we'll take cash. Alright. Black market. Getting rid of you. You. Level 1 succubus, maybe? Where's the ghost? You. Probably like that. Okay. Goodbye. Business stripper plunder. Okay, let's go business trip. Creatures have a 20% chance to gain enraged when they're attacked. In other words, I have to survive a hit by a hero and then get another turn. And I think this might be only orcs. That seems really bad. Morale here doesn't do anything, so I guess my succubus is lost for 8 weeks. It's a level 1 succubus, though. It's fine. Oh, and it's a 20% chance? Okay. You're an hour early, Bill. But thanks. Okay, we got trainer next week. We'd like to not wound anyone here. Healing. Like this. This is a disturbingly finite number of units we have going on here, huh? Maybe we oversold a little bit. Maybe we should have leveled another one, but I've been really unimpressed with the ice skeleton, honestly. So, I don't know. Let's try this. Veterans in ice or veterans in runes? I think it's veterans in ice. They're both veterans, right? Yeah, okay. Let's fight this. Yeti is a creature, I believe. Yeti's dead to me. Alright. Does extra damage to enraged units. Morale lost. Another fucking ninja. It's just ninjas for days here. Very nature resistant across the board. Can't be affected by bleeds and heals at the end of us. Still getting dots off here is probably as good as we're gonna get. Alright, negative fire resist means if I do cast, I get extra fire. Boy, will that be exciting. Alright, do they shuffle us? They don't. They do very fast, rapid nature damage to everybody. This unit is doing nature to the back. Does this work? So we're taking 25 and 45 for 70 plus another 60. Yeah, we're definitely get to cast there. Elemental weaknessing the back before or after the rogue? After the rogue. So we'll die to the second nature attack, but we get one shitter off, and then we do this. Second nuke doesn't kill that. We go ahead of it. Okay, so 2 actions on the skeleton, 1 action on the guardian, 1 action on the treant is just fine. Oh, berserk. Thank you. I would have forgotten until you guys mentioned that. So now I have to redo all the math. Problem is this unit may not survive now. Also, it seems unlikely the skeleton gets 2 attacks anymore than the berserk. Less nature resist. But faster? Faster than that, so we get an action off. I could remove this. We're only getting one. If we're only getting 1 action here, I might as well just get the. It's identical to run this unit. I guess 5 more damage off it. Alright. Okay, we debuffed. We poisoned them. They walked in here. Then we did physical damage to them because we're chumps. And put a frost dot on them. Frost dot only lasts 3 rounds, making it entirely useless. Round 1. Oh, that's not true. We get it at round 2. So then they walk into here. The trap's back there. Maybe we're gonna brambles here. I'm not sure yet. Elemental debuff would be nice. They're already pretty vulnerable to ice, but more damage is good. Hey, nerf. Alright, so they're much faster than us, doing AoE damage there. Back nature. How are we versus nature resist? Oh, very good. Minus 25, minus 45, minus 15. Amazing. Okay. And then we'll... What does our hero even do? Frost and nature to the back. Dude, is that literally identical? Except our other spells aren't affected? Okay.
I'm waiting for you.
No, don't kill Fei Long! So our air attack does damage to 2 of them for air. This thing is 10% resistant. That's probably fine. Killed the rogue, the ninja, rather. It's kind of nice when they were already dotted for once. Okay. Cash, lightning upgrade, or power upgrade? We're never going to cast that spell, so that makes that slightly awkward. Cash is always good. Okay. Trainer, engineer. We got collectors coming up. We got 1,600 gold. Feels like a good trainer time. All right. This thing to 4 does what? Ups the spell we don't use. Awkward. Gives us some health and resists. Bringing fire resist up. That's very interesting. What an interesting resist profile. Succubus to 4. We do need to get the Succubus to 5. It's a much bigger speed upgrade. Does upgrading the trees matter? Do they ever actually soak hits ever again? Upgrading this guy makes our nuke do more. And a lot of health. It's interesting. That's definitely worth. And Yeti to 5. Probably Frostbite 2. It's kind of nice too. Alright, we got a ton of money. Let's do some stuff. What does this thing do? This is speed upgrade again. Oh man, all sorts of good ones. Alright. I'm just going to start spamming. Yeah, let's spam. This is decision making at its finest. Do we upgrade Fei Long? We probably do. Do we upgrade the tree ants for 50 bucks each? Can't sell them because they won't go away. Maybe. I don't know what level 3 Treant does, so we'll find out. I've never upgraded Treants before because they seem so garbage. Alright, Alchemist is good here. Got another trainer. Holy shit. Let's sell everything. Alright, okay. Pay some life. Alright, another trainer and then a champion. Thought I misclicked for a second. What does level 5 here do? Physical armor, health. Quite a bit of damage, but nothing about speed. That's really unfortunate. The Treants gain health again. They keep buffing this back spell that sucks ass. It's the second round of buffing the back spell. 425 upgrading here. All it is power, but no HP, no resists. Need the Succubus to get upgraded because we need to get it to level 5 eventually. What is Air Elemental? Air Elemental is another speed boost, making it actually relatively quick. That's pretty good again. A lot of HP too. That's happening. What's level 5 ice thing do? 20 more speed and an upgrade to the passive. Demon gets a good passive. Yeah, it's true. Don't have any ways to apply. I don't have a lot of ways to apply burn, although I do have some. Alright, what's the efficiency at 531? 225. Can't do this and something else. Could do these. That's 475. That's pretty good. I need the Succubus one more level. So we're going to take this and that. Okay. Alright, who are we bringing? Something like this. I would like one of these to heal. And spread these out. Succubus to the front. To bring this. Alright, champion in the ice. Alright, what do we get? Fire to the back, dodging traps. This is the first room is a trap room. Shuffles us. And ice damage. This guy again, the Archmage. Okay. So they walk in, they're very ice resistant to the front and not at all ice resistant anywhere else. This is how many rounds? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. So we're not going to get any ice debuff here, so it's probably not worth. It's probably Poison Cloud. He's not resistant to it. He dodges it entirely, and he's pretty resistant to it. Still probably better than anything else we can do. Okay. Dots. Are they healing at the end of anything? They're not. Okay. Shuffles us. We want to take AoE fire and fire to the back. And frost to the front. So we definitely don't want this guy in the front. Do we have anyone who's frost resistant in this group? How did we manage to miss that? Moves at speed 65. Can nuke 2 of the 3 with the air elemental, but not 3 of 3. Armor spits backwards to all 3. We would like to actually get a attack off here. Fast enough to do it as well. Not back, I think. Not middle. Okay. And then which unit here? Nature dot? Probably. Like this? Okay. Need Berserk I'm forgetting about. Fire AoEs, kill anybody? No. Alright. And Icy Breeze them. So they walk through, they get Elemental debuff for how many turns? 6. And they get Elemented. Frostbite for 3 rounds. And they get Frost Resist debuff. It seems okay. And they walk into here. And they fight the Frost team. Who dies horribly to the fire dukes. Do I get a turn with the Yeti if we go there? I think I want to do that. AoE fire is pretty bad for us. 38 multiplied by a bit more. Need to fucking kill that thing. They are frosty buffed. He might be dead at 264, but he probably isn't. No healing though. He's probably actually, oh, 50% nature resist. I don't know if he's dead or not. It's possible. Should get another round here. And then speed debuffing them. Yeah, this looks okay. She's gonna have quite a lot of resistances. 15 power and 5 resist for each. So we have 15, between 10 and 15 resists and between 30 and 45 power. It's kind of cool. Let's try that. All right, I think we stopped them in the second creature room. We'll see though. Double resist debuff is nice. With the Bewitched Glove, touching them where they don't want to be touched. Shuffle worked out okay, but not amazing. Do I want to spit fire across them? It is a burn. Very not very resistant to burning, fairly resistant to burning. No, nature's better here. We get another ogre attack? Maybe. Ice damage is what he's weakest to. Hey, another ogre attack. Nice. Still not negative fire resist, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna crush them in this last room. The dot's gonna crush them before then. Do we want to slow them down? No. I want to frostbite them. We've done it, chat. Frozen Thorn eats 7. How much? Okay, so how much damage should this do? This should do 70 damage. It applies all the frostbites. So another 7 12s for 84 extra damage, right? So it should do 154. 20 ice. 20 bleed damage. What? That's a number I guess that could pop up. Sure. 20 is the blood. Yeah, it's not even bleed damage. That's 20 blood for killing him. Do we want another giant ogre? Nerf Fox himself. Do we want a skeleton lord? We are using 3 skeletons. Has fire and ice resist, and where do we want the crystal skull? Monsters killed come back to life as skeleton warriors. That's okay. I don't think we need another one of these guys. I think crystal skull is fine here. We're trying to, because we're doing a damage-based strategy, so actually having people just pop back up and do a little damage seems okay.
Good work.
All right, we get a spell room. It's nice. Additional spell room in dungeons. So not only do we get an extra room that we don't have to staff that we cast spells in, but the actual buff we get gets stronger too. Elemental weakness when they enter spell rooms. Not bad, but we're already casting elemental weakness most of the time. Damage dealt by master spells increased by 25%. Not good. Applies poison 3 to heroes when they enter spell rooms. So it just seems better than all the other options. The alternative would be if we ever cast... See, Elemental 2 is not long enough to guarantee that it does anything. Is the problem with this ability. Okay. You don't think it's good? Crystal Skull will make it so dots and resistance debuffs will be falling off. That's true. There is some element of that, although we tend to have longer than needed resist debuffs, although the dots are not the case. But more time for poisons to tick is often good for us, not bad for us. And any additional damage we do stays as additional damage the vast majority of the time, so I don't agree necessarily. The problem with the resist, and you gotta look at the other options too, right? The resist debuff one tends to be fairly weak, because you tend to apply a, like, what is it, like a 5 or 7 round fucking debuff already. So it's kind of like they're already elemental debuffed. Adding more to that, not always useful. I mean, there'll be times where one is better than the other, for sure. All right, what are we doing here? You're healing. You're healed. You're healing. You're healing. Ooh, this double fight in a row. We didn't really have enough units for it, did we? Okay. Veterans, let's go. Uh-oh. Do I need to be warned again? Oh, thank God. I almost entered the ethereal realm. You know what happens then? Stream ends just instantly. What would we do? Come back to us, filthy! What I should do is, like, I should tell you guys that it's connected to donations. No, I'm fading away. Alright. Additional damage to enraged units. Shuffles us. Attacks regenerate the hero's life by 50% of damage dealt is pretty bad for us. And frontal air damage. Not in the back. Any AoE? Oh my god. Fire. 70 fire nuke. Ice damage to the lowest ice. So this guy takes the ice nuke. And then he takes the fire nuke and dies. He did go first and nuke the whole room. Air damage. It's okay. Do I want him going first? Nothing else survives the fire nuke, right? Because it's doing 70 fire damage. So we definitely want you to be in the front. Is there a world in which anybody else gets to act here at 100 speed? Yeah, you definitely get to act. And if you're not in the front, which is be super bad, and you're sometimes in the back, this is as good as we're gonna get. All right. So now they walk in here. We say, have some poison cloud, friend. And they walk in there and get fire debuffed. No, they don't. And they walk in here and get bat debuffed. And they walk in here and we elemental debuff them. And we ice debuff them. And then they're like, oh my god, I'm elemental and ice debuffed. And I'm like, yeah, bro, you are. And then we do it again. Possibly. Then we fight them. Air damage to the front. Fire damage to the front. Fire and air. We can't handle fire and air. Is there any chance this unit's dead at 426? It's pretty unlikely. Is this position the position we wish to be in? Okay. Windblade. Problem is the fireball kills us here. And it kills this unit too. So no second action there. We might get a second action next round here though. No. Okay. But that was a 50-50 on where the elemental ended up relative to the other units. Yeah, have some dot. Have a swarm of bats. Have 6 nature resist is more than enough, or 6 elemental weakness rather. So here, more elemental resist, not particularly helpful. But the poison damage, helpful. Then we either more of this, or we lightning this one into DAP. Feels good. It's a very satisfying play on this probably could have just killed it if I just not cast that. But I want to go for the big boy. Go, big boy. Okay. Max life, resist armor. Okay. Completely unfair. Trainer, engineer, merchant. It's clearly a trainer, but we don't have shit for money. Who are we training? Succubus to 5. Can we afford Succubus to 5? What do we have? 388. I don't know if we can. I don't know what we afford here. I don't remember the exact pricing. Kind of want a pricing breakdown somewhere. Kind of feels like that should just be on my character. Why can't we just have one more row where it shows me the levels and the costs so I can make these decisions as informed decisions, as opposed to desperately trying to remember some random number that will never help me again. I also wanted to see what level 3 tree ants do. Alright, so I guess we walk in like this. Everyone who's not level 5, come in here. Okay? Good cock. Trainer it up. Can get this guy to level 5. Armor, damage, health. Pretty good. Succubus to 5 gains 20 speed, which is really clutch. Skeleton HP is alright. Elemental fire stuff. We're going to try to set up some fire options too. What do these things do? Just HP. So 150 to get both those upgraded, leaving me with 230. 325 there, 275 here. Maybe I do 1. Just to see what it's like. Alright. Alright, we're rolling on events now. And we learned recently that events can sometimes level our guys, but only guys standing in the employee room. Thank you, Xanabu. Okay. Forgive. Alchemist for cash. Or random event. Probably Alchemist for cash. All right. Dots for days. I'd like Fei Long to heal again. What are we fighting? Veterans? Veterans in the stronghold. Okay. do it. They walk into a trap. The trap attacks regenerate life. Pretty much immune, 100% nature resist. Randomly shuffles us. All right. Not terribly excited about 100% nature resist. Attack shuffle us, going first with a nature nuke to the front, hitting for 85 damage, and applying a dot. Nothing survives that. Okay. Moves at speed 115, faster than all of our guys. Actually, 105 halved. We do actually survive that. If we go ahead of them, which we do. I think it's this. So here, if you end up front, that's fine. You survive it, you get to cast. If you end up in front, that's fine. You die, but both of our guys act before them, and you can't end up in front. Getting nature dots out, which is pretty unexciting. 85 resist, 100 resist, but we can fire dot there. I guess I should put you in the off chance that we get the ability to fire dot the back. Okay. Alright, then they walk through that room, get elemental debuffed. They walk into this room and get physically bled. Sure. And they walk into this room. Wait, why is my poison trap? Why is my trap before that? Oh no. Oh no. You have to be an ice trap for 6 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. They are not taking ice dots, unfortunately, and are going to destroy us. Do they slow us? They do not. They do a lot of nature damage, which is too bad because we don't have good nature resist. Nature to the front. Best nature resist is you. Do you survive that? You have 170 health, so you... I mean, you kind of maybe will survive if we're lucky. You won't survive that hit, but you will get fast enough to debuff, and then we maybe can nuke it down. So we'll run with that. Why there? 10% nature resist is actually not terrible at the moment. It's kind of funny. Why there? I think you're fast, but not faster than the rogue. You are faster than the rogue? Holy shit, you're faster than the rogue. You go right there. Okay, great. All right, then we poison cloud them. And then we cast spells on them, and then we fight them with the hero. I'm hoping they die in the second room, but I think that's a little optimistic. Berserk. Where were you 2 seconds ago, Fury, when I did all the math? Doesn't actually matter for the first round, because we're basing this on speed, not on actual HP, but yeah. I guess it matters here. So we rolled the bad 50-50 for us here. We want to fire dot. It will fire dot these two. Nature dot these two is kind of bad too. Which one matters more? That one. Okay. It's not a rogue, that's a ninja. Who's now upgraded to a shadow. Fire or bleed better here? Bleed does good damage there, but fire does good damage there. Fire does very good damage there. Actually, fire is better. But it's not a dot, though. It's just fire weakness. It's 50 fire versus 50 physical and 5 bleeding. Fine. Feels bad to use non-elemental aspected damage, but... Uh-oh. No action for Yeti, which means bad stuff for us. Yeti not surviving around is pretty rough. Okay. Do our attacks hit back or front? Honestly, don't remember. I think it's back. Does that kill it? Units at 31 has 65 nature resist. It's taking 10, so 55. And then it's taking like half that for, let's say, like, call it 10 instead of 12. So it's taking 20, meaning it's going to be at 11. Life absorbed should be fine. Doesn't remove dots or anything dumb, right? Should I just... Frozen Rose does nearly nothing to this thing. I can kill it outright with that, supposedly, but this has lied to us in the past. 15 air damage. Damage dealt increased by 10% per stack. A penalty. Per stack of penalty applied to target removes all penalties. It's got 9 stacks. 90% air increase is less than 30. So it lives if we do that. This is such a troll skill. This just lies to you every time you mouse over it to try to bait you into clicking the wrong things. This ninja is This ninja beats us. The ninja solos us from full. It's the only thing attacking us, but it's soloing us. It's immune to nature damage. Rip run. And it has 40% ice resist. So I can either do 15 damage to it. Hooray. I can do 50 nature damage, which is 0. Or I can do 50 nature zeroed with 50 ice halved. Okay. Rip run. Alright, good timing for me, but kind of bad news for the run. I feel like that run was actually pretty decent too. In terms of, we had the ice synergy going. Problem with the ice synergy team was they all were weak to nature. And nature already is the most difficult one to deal with as Enchantress because your best trap is nature based. We ran the ice resist trap this time with the ice team and it was okay, but doesn't beat the problem of occasionally you run into the nature immune group. So I guess we need to build the fire team as Enchantress as well instead. I liked the ice dudes. The ice skeleton was pretty good at the end because it's fairly quick. Although it was clunky to try to get frostbite before your units acted. Anyways, chat, thanks for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. We're probably still playing this tomorrow. I'm not yet to the point where I feel like it's out of different opportunities, although I do think lure bus runs straight open. But I am done for today. Short day today. Got D&D this afternoon, or rather GURPS. In the meantime, stay safe. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys soon. Full love to you all, and we'll see you soon. Good night, guys. Whoa, game, give me my filthy 7. What? I love how when I type the emote, I don't get the emote. See you guys.